Hello, this is Coding Gicha for full-stack developers. I will cover how to install Deno, create a Deno project, and use it. You can find instructions on how to install Deno on the deno.com website. If you click the Docs menu, you will find instructions on how to install Deno for each operating system. The installation commands are identical for macOS and Linux, but the command differs for Windows, and you must run it in PowerShell to install Deno. Here, I will install it on Ubuntu. I will copy the installation commands for macOS and Linux. I will launch Terminal. On Linux and macOS, curl must be installed to install Deno. Download using curl to install Deno and run the installation shell script. Since Deno is a secure runtime library, it is installed in the user account's home directory. You must add the bin directory under the directory where Deno is installed to your system path. The path will be added to .bashrc and .profile. For the added path to take effect, you need to work in a new shell. However, if you wish to continue working in your current shell, you can run .bashrc or .profile again. I will run the Deno version to verify that it is installed correctly. You can check not only the Deno version but also the versions of the built-in JavaScript and TypeScript. I will navigate to the workspace directory. I will create a Deno project. If you run Deno init followed by the project name, a project directory will be created. You can see the commands available for execution within the created project directory. I will examine the files in the project directory. I will explain the commands along with each file. I will open the main.ts file. It has a simple structure where a handler is executed via deno.serve. This handler outputs a hello world message in the date in JSON format when a request comes to the /API address and welcome to Deno in HTML for other addresses. I will run main.ts using Deno. Since Deno is secure by default, the allow net flag must be present for a script to access the network. Generally, an external daemon program or module is required to automatically restart a process or reload a module when a source file is modified, but Deno 1.4 includes a built-in file monitoring feature. You can enable the built-in file monitoring feature via the watch flag. Deno.serve runs on port 8000 by default. When you access it via web browser, welcome to Deno is displayed. I will now access the /API address. This time, the result is displayed in JSON format. I will verify the file change detection function. I will edit a file while keeping deno.serve running. I will open the main.ts file. The handler is implemented as a regular function, but I will change it to a more modern arrow function. The Deno process restarts the moment it is saved. You can also identify files where changes have been detected. The Deno configuration is the deno.json file. The command previously executed on main.ts via Deno is registered as a dev task. On a production server, source files are not modified and commands are registered and used directly, so only the dev task is registered. In Deno 1.3, modules to be imported can also be configured in the deno.json file. When you run a deno task, you can check the tasks registered in the deno.json file. I will now run the dev task. The command that was executed directly earlier is executed. I will open the main test.ts file. This is source code that tests the root path and the /API path. The assert module is being used. Deno can test JavaScript and TypeScript without external dependencies or configuration files. The deno test command runs tests on JavaScript and TypeScript files that end with _test. Thank you for watching.